Hey YouTube, I just wanted to give an introduction on this first episode of my long-form project of Let's Play all the Final Fantasies. Just to, do some more talking and to show what kind of setup we're going to be using. So if we go over here, here's the Retron 5. It's an emulation-based console, but it does require you to use the original cartridges. And we're going to be playing with an NES controller for authenticity. And as you can see here, this is an actual NES controller. Now, it's missing Nintendo branding because it's a remake, but it feels really authentic in my hands. It feels just like my childhood. And, this thing holds on so hard. Here is my original Final Fantasy cartridge. So, that's really neat. I'm really glad I could finally get a hold of this. I've played the Game Boy Advance remakes and the PlayStation 1 remakes for Final Fantasy 1 and 2, but I have never played the original cartridge for Final Fantasy. So, I have it, I have the ability to record my playing, and I just want to share my playthrough of all the Final Fantasies. One of the big reasons why I'm doing the Retron 5 is because it'll let me play the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Famicom, Super Famicom, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance releases of all the games. Once we get out of that family of releases, we get to the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, and all that, I'm going to need to get creative with my hardware, because PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 didn't output HDMI, and that's how I'm recording, it was over HDMI. So, at almost 2 minutes of me blabbering, let's get this party started, huh? I hope I'm entertaining. I hope you learned something about this historic series of games. And in 20 or 100 years, maybe we'll be done with this project. Deuces. Maybe that's rude to some people. Peace? Yeah. No hand gestures. Peace out.
Hello, YouTube. This is episode 1 of Let's Play all the Final Fantasies, starting with the first Final Fantasy. Play. The world is veiled in darkness. The wind stops, the sea is wide, and the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope, a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors arrive, each holding an orb. So, that's the prophecy, and here's what you get. You get continue, new game, respond rate. Respond rate is how quickly the messages in-game pop up. 1 is ridiculously slow. The max of 8 is so fast, I have no idea what's going on in battle. So I'm going to go for 6. We're going to do a new game. So, first guy is going to be a fighter named Dilo, because Dylon won't fit. Okay, my controller's doing this again. Second person, white mage named Hera, because I happen to like Twilix. Oh, Jesus, controller. 1 button at a time. Then we'll have a black mage, black mage, named Pete. This controller is really going to piss me off with this. And our last guy is going to be a black belt, now that it finally landed on black belt, named Brooke, because Bruce won't fit. Wow, did you guys see that shit? Oh. And we're dropped off in the middle of nowhere. This town, I believe it's called Cornelia, but I don't think you ever actually learned that. Start off with 400 gil. Up in the top left corner, you see those gray circles. Those are the orbs of legend mentioned in the legend that was just professionally read to you. Start off with no items. Your mages know 0 magic. You have no weapons. And no armor. So, 40 points for leveling up. Yep. For a black belt, this guy does no damage. What is it, 2 and 5 versus 10 and 10? Jeez. I hope he gets stronger. Now, if we take a look at the magic here, let's look at Pete's magic. You'll see it says L1 2-2, and then you have L2 00, LX 00 all the way down. The magic in Final Fantasy 1 works on a spell slot system instead of magic points. So instead of each spell being worth a certain number of points and all that magic comes out of the same pool, you have a certain number of uses for each level spell that you can do. So at level 1, your mages can do 2 level 1 spells. At level 2, it bumps up to 3 level 1 spells and 1 level 2 spell, and those continue to grow like that. For each level of magic, there are 4 spells available, but your mages can only learn 3 of the 4 spells. So that's part of where the strategy comes in. Another part of the strategy that comes in is in buying your equipment. So we're going to stroll into town here. We have 400 gold. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy stuff. We have a wooden staff. I'm going to go ahead and give that to Pete. We have a small knife. I'm going to go ahead and give that to Dilo. Now Dilo could also use the rapier, but he has a lower chance to hit with the rapier. Even though the rapier does also, the rapier hurts more. And the iron hammer will go to Hera. Because white mages love hitting things with hammers. They're healers, so I think they have all that pent-up aggression. Another funny thing is you need to actually go into your weapons and equip them. They're, like, you saw that they're there. They didn't have the little E next to them. It means they weren't equipped, so they weren't going to be used. And in here, I'm going to get chainmail for Dilo. And the way armor works in this game is it changes your evade percent stat and your absorb stat. So the higher your absorb, the more damage your armor will absorb before you take some, and the higher your evade, the harder it is to hit you. That chain, for instance, really takes down the evade percent, but it really adds to the absorb. So Hera and Pete are going to get cloth because that adds 1 absorb and only takes away 2% evade. If we go back to status here, see Hera has 0 absorb, 53 evade. Pete's going to be the same, but if we go to armor, and I'm actually not going to, this run around, I'm not going to give anything to Brooke. We'll give some to Dylon. Go to Hera, you see now it's 1 absorb, 51% evade. If we look at Dylon, or Dilo, he's got a 15 absorb and a 38% chance to evade. So he really lost a lot, because everyone started at 0 and 53, except for Brooke, who started at 1 and 53. And I'm going to keep him that way just to see how he grows. And we are sitting at still 270 gold. Oh, I forgot to get magic. That's why. Hera will learn white magic, of course. I'm gonna go over here to the black magic. And Pete will learn a fire! Because Harry Dresden taught us. Fire is the first thing any young wizard learns. Actually, you know, I want to talk to this soldier over here. Got a burning question. The king is sure that someday the Light Warriors will come to save the princess, just as in Lucan's prophecy. Oh, because the princess needs saving. I hope that doesn't become a cliche in later years. So we're sitting at 70 magic equipped. Let's get into our first fight. There's a couple quirky things with the combat system in Final Fantasy 1 that take a lot of getting used to if you've played a lot of the older ones. Oh, perfect. We've got 4 that's perfect to learn on. So we'll go fight. And then we'll have Hera attack the same one, because hopefully she's slower than Dylon. And... nope, she's not. Oh well. When Dylo goes to attack, we'll see it. So Dylo... what happened there is Dylo attacked the spot where the imp was. In later Final Fantasies and the remakes of Final Fantasy I, you end up seeing that when that situation comes up, instead of attacking an empty space on the board, they'll just pick another target. Which is really nice for grinding, which every Final Fantasy has a ton of grinding, but in this one, you gotta think about it more. Alright, so I'm not going to show any more battles in this series unless it's a story battle or a new creature. When it comes time to level up, I will show you the first level up to level 2, just so you know what that looks like, and it gives me something to talk about. Alright, so we're back with wolves. This is honestly the first time I've ever seen wolves on this part of the map, so I'm a little bit surprised here. They can be a little bit tough, especially since we're still level 1. I take everything back. I'm a big fat liar. They're not tough. They do have a fairly high evade, though, it seems. Yeah, nah, they're not tough. Alright, I brought you back in on this fight because we only have 2 experience points before we get to level 2. And I promised I'd show you guys that. Otherwise I've just been grinding. Grinding. Once we level up, I'll show you how you save your game in Final Fantasy I. It feels really ridiculous after playing every other Final Fantasy. Well, not every other, but you know, I've played a little bit of most of them. Only played extensively 4 of them. Beaten 3. Alright, 6 points. Level up, Dylo, level 2, HP max 58 points, strength up, agility up, intelligence up, vitality up. Hera, level 2, max 53, strength up, agility up, intelligence up, luck up. Pete, max 50, intelligence, luck. Wow, Pete didn't level up shit. Bruce, 64, agility, vitality, luck. Awesome. Okay, let's head back into town. If we look at our stats here, you can see it's got quite a bit more HP now. It's nice. Up to 214 gold. And actually, before we save, I'm going to go up to the item shop. We're just going to get a tent. We're going to go on a little journey soon. Then we're going to go down here to the inn. You have to save at an inn or using a tent like I just bought. Welcome. Stay to save your data. Yes? 30 gold okay? Not much choice. It's either pay 30 gold at this inn or pay 75 for a tent that doesn't let you recharge your spell slots. So, here we are, we've saved. Now, no, that soldier mentioned that the king was looking for the light warriors. And, well, we're all healed up. We're badasses at level 2. So, you know, maybe we can help the king out. Maybe we're the light warriors. The king is looking for the light warriors. You don't happen to be them, do you? These 3 gray circles tell me I am. Light warriors. Just as in Lucan's prophecy. Garland has kidnapped the princess. Please help. Well, where do I go? How do I know? Lucky for me, those orbs let me read the future, and in the future I talk to this guy. Reports say that Garland holds the princess in a temple to the northwest. Huh. Those prophetic orbs are handy. The prophetic orbs also tell me there is no treasure hidden in this temple. If you look up to the top of the screen, you see those two doors? They're locked by a mystic key. We have to find that later. In the remakes of Final Fantasy I, they do add little treasures around the castle, making it worth exploring. And this one, it's just boring and slow. So, northwest, huh? Oh, let's go check that out. I love the walking through here. He just either glides or he bobs up and down. Hey! That looks like an old temple. Mad Pony! I gotta show you guys a Mad Pony. They're quite angry. Now they're not terribly difficult at level 2. At level 1, if you fail to equip yourself, they can wipe your party. But, you know what? I suspect this is where we need to be. So, I'm going to use a tent. See, HP recovered. Save? Push A, yes. B, no. Yes. Because it is, you can beat Garland at level 2. It's not terribly difficult. But he can still wipe the floor with you if he takes out your healer. Or if the RNG gets lucky. Son of a creeps right before. I don't like creeps. They're harder than Garland is, and they're just random mobs. 2 of them can wipe your team if you get really unlucky. Sorry for the snapping. My cat is trying to eat things. Miss! Okay, it looks like I'm having a good time with the random number generator. What, baby kitty? What? Jeez, who'd you just do 12 damage? 45! Son of... And this is why you save. I don't suppose Cure will bring him back, will it? I don't want to use my fire spells. Yeah, ineffective. Fucking great. Oh. Oh, good, missed. 19 damage. Okay, I can probably win this fight, but it's not worth it with Dilo out of commission. Oh. Jesus. Oh, Bruce is down to 5. Yeah, get slain. I'm honestly hoping for a party wipe, and then I'll just reset. Go back to the save. Jeez, talk about bad luck. You know how many times trying to set up everything to do this recording, I haven't run into them at all in this temple? Come on, creep, just wipe everyone out. That high chance to miss is pretty awesome. Oh, what? What? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, we'll just wipe on Garland then. Come back. No one touches my princess. White warriors, you impertinent fools. I, Garland, will knock you all down. I know you've heard all 3 of the voices I pretend to do. There we go. Hera down. Pete does 1 damage. Fire. Pete down. Hera party perished. Alright. Continue. And we're back where we were. Hopefully, the gods of random numbers don't screw us again. And I just read that. Yoga fire. Yeah, you miss. Yeah. 20 damage. That's pretty good. What? Dilo did a whole 6 damage? Jeez. Terrible. Oh man. Brook did nothing. Pete's gonna be the battle winner for this one. Because no one else wants to actually hit Garland. Yep. There we go. Wiped him out. Wiped the floor with him, in fact. Got a hefty reward for that, too. Kiki! Thanks, Bat. So you are the Light Warriors. Thank you. Alright, now the game sets you up to just walk out the door. Don't walk out the door. Thank you for saving the princess. To aid your quest, I ordered a bridge built to the continent. Go now, and make the orbs shine again. Alright, Pops. This loot has been passed down from queen to princess for 2,000 years. Garland stole it when he kidnapped me. Please accept it as my gift. It just might come in handy. Yeah, alright, cool. Does that show up in our items? It does. Beautiful music fills the air. That's what happens when you use it. Now, you'll notice that the king and princess... didn't really rest us. Thanks, guys. I only saved the princess. Yeah, I don't need to rest. Only burned all my spell slots saving her. So we're gonna go here. Let's see here, we've got 374 gold. It's not that great. We're gonna get a tent. And actually, no, we're not gonna get anything there. Anything else? What I do want to get is Hera will learn fog. And Pete will learn lit. I'm gonna walk on the grass. I don't care. And yeah, and spend our hard-earned gold on sleep. As the king and princess couldn't bother. All right, and now we're gonna go see Matoya before calling it quits on this episode. Wonder how close we are to leveling up. 105. Wow, that's actually a little bit of ways off. And so their journey begins. What awaits the four they do not know. Each holding an orb that 2,000 years ago shined with beauty from within, but now only darkness. Come, start your journey. Return the light of peace to our world. Programmed by Nasir. Character design Yoshitaka Amano. Scenario by Kenji Terada. Production of Square 80. Alright, and we're back out in the world. It's kind of funny how abrupt things feel in this first one. Hey, Greater Imps. I'm not sure if I've shown Greater Imps. I don't think I have. But here they are. They're just like Imps. Just a little bit greater. Maybe not much greater. Wow, did she really just do 36 damage? Holy cow. Yeah, they're not much greater. They're just purple. And carry more gold. Be careful coming up here. There's a chance you'll run into more of those creeps. And they suck. So bad. Ah, it's a moving broom! Come here. Tesselis B. Hussup. A magic spell. Oh, it most certainly is. Most certainly is. I feel more powerful just saying it. Tesellic B Hysup. Got a pure. Goddamn it, broom. A heal. And another heal. Let's see what she has to say. Where is my crystal? I can't see anything without it. Who stole my crystal? So you might have caught on to the idea that when things are in all caps, they're key items. So we need to find a crystal and give it back to her, huh? What is she gonna give us? Oh, Jesus. I just got really unlucky, everybody. An ogre and a creep. This is so bad. Yeah, so fight the creep, everybody, except for Pete, who's going to fire and lightning that ogre. 34 damage! What am I supposed to do with that? Of course, Daigo missed the creep. Oh, Hera can hit the creep, but not fucking Daigo. I guess cure Hera, because that hurt a lot. Fire on the ogre again. Yes. 40 damage. That's pretty good. Fire must be really effective against them. I'm really tempted to just use my last spell slot. And we can run for town. 21 damage. Holy cow. Come on, Pete. You gotta carry us home. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. So rough. 210 gold. That's pretty good. Oh, I think everyone needs to get in the tent. Recovered? Yes. Now save him. Yeah, everyone's healed up a little bit. Pete didn't recover any of his spell slots. The worst thing about the tents. I'm not sure, but I believe there's an item called a cottage, which lets you do the same thing as a tent, but it does recover spell slots. Alright, and we continue our journey back to town. Oh, got some weird frame skips there. And I'm going to call it an end to the episode once we get back to town. So yeah, I'm going to call this the end of the episode because off screen I'm going to get up to level 3 and then we'll start our journey to the northeast where we'll get our boat. That'll be fun. So you know what, no, let's not do that. Let's stock up first. So we're going to get 2 more tents, even though that's 150 gold. We're going to need them. And I'm going to get a couple more pures. And with that, I will save and bid you all adieu. So, thanks for watching this first episode. Over and out. Watch 6. Have a great day.